Trying something new here. This is my first look at a board game, and I'm gonna try a new format today too. So I hope y'all dig it. Let me see if I can. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Hello everyone. This is Dusty and Dice. Today we're doing 10 and 10. 10 questions in about 10 minutes. Well, 10-ish minutes to get to know a game. So the first of our 10 questions is, what are we looking at today? The name of the game is Friday. Friday is published by Rio Grande Games. The MSRP on Friday is $19.95. And Rio Grande Games did provide me a copy of the game, but I will be giving you all my personal opinions of the game. It is a solo game, so it is only for one player. Playtime is 25 minutes or more. For ages 14 plus. As for content warnings, I do have to say that there is one card called Suicidal, and there is like inferred card-based fighting, like you fight these pirates using fight cards. But that's about it for content warnings. What's the theme of Friday? Because I'm a big theme guy. I'm going to read it actually straight from the rule book because they have this top section right here, basic theme. You are Friday and spend your time on a deserted island after Robinson Crusoe, suddenly capsizes with his ship and runs ashore at your beach. Your peaceful times are disturbed. To give Robinson a chance to leave the island, again, you start to teach him to improve his survival abilities against the hazards of the island. If Robinson beats 2 pirates at the end of the game, he successfully leaves the island and you will have your beloved peace back. Inspired by the novel Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. So that's the theme, all right? You're Friday, you're trying to teach Robinson Crusoe survival skills, and eventually he's going to face these pirates and get off your island, all right? So what's included, all right? Well, of course, you get a rule book. You get a supplement sheet, 72 cards in all. All right. So there's the pirate cards, there's the agent cards, there's the phase cards, here's the hazard cards, and here's the fight cards. We'll look at some of that a little more later. 22 life counters. I'm not exactly sure what they're supposed to be. To me, they look like little green leaves, but I'm not entirely sure. And then you get 3 of these game boards, which act like a quasi playmat. You place the different cards on the different boards to kind of keep them sorted. What is the main mechanic or gameplay loop? On a turn of Friday, the player will flip 2 cards from the hazard deck. They'll choose which one they want to face. So let's choose this one. So the hazard that you're going to face is going to stay in the middle of the play area, and the other one is discarded to the hazard discard pile. Then the player flips a number of fight cards equal to the white number on the hazard card, which is that one. So we can flip 3 fight cards. So from our fight deck, we're going to flip 3 cards, and they're going to go on the left of the card. So that's how much fight each card has. So 2, 1, 0. Now we didn't have to flip 3. We can flip up to 3, but just showing you how it works. I flipped 3 and I got 2, 1, and 0. The player is trying to get enough total fight to beat the hazard's value. Over here is the hazard's value. In the beginning part of the game, you're going to be looking at the green number. So on this hazard, it's 2. When you go to the yellow phase, it will be 5. And when you go to the red phase, it will be 8. But right now, we're trying to beat 2, which we did. The value is different depending upon the phase you're in. And if you get enough fight to equal or beat the hazard value, which we did, the hazard is added to your fight discard pile. And you'll see that on the bottom, it turns into a fight card. So after you run out of fight cards, you're going to shuffle up your discard pile, add an agent card, and then that will become your fight deck again, and you may draw this card, and now you have a fight card with 2 and the special ability, which is Destroy. If you do not meet the, let's say we only drew those. If you do not meet the necessary hazard value with the cards that you drew, then you lose life equal to the difference. So we only have 1 fight value here. We needed 2, so we lose 1 life. But for every 1 life that we lose, we can remove one of the cards that we flipped from the game. So like this one that's 0, weak, we can remove that one from the game so that when we shuffle up our discard again, we won't draw weak anymore. That one's removed from the game. Even though we lost life, it was kind of good because it thinned out our deck and got rid of one of the bad cards. Then the failed hazard would then go to the hazard discard pile, and the game loop repeats. There you go. What player options does the game have? Well, the game doesn't give you the choice of other characters. You're just Friday helping Robinson Crusoe. But you do get to decide which hazards to face, and if you do pass them, you're deciding which cards go into your deck. So you do get that decision. What does progression look like in this game? Through the course of the game, every time your fight deck, which is all your hazards, every time that empties, you add, that's the hazard deck. Every time your fight deck empties, you're going to add an agent card to the discard pile, shuffle up the discard pile, and that will make your new fight deck. Now, when you lose life, when you fail a hazard, normally it only takes 1 life to remove a card from your deck, but agent cards, it requires 2. And agent cards, you can tell because it has like a beard, and then like the really advanced agent cards has like a white beard. If ever you run out of agent cards and you have to draw one, the game is over and you died. You lost. There is other ways as well to get rid of unwanted cards. Like if you play this, there's a destroy ability, and that destroys another card. So cards do have other abilities, and there is ways to get rid of cards other than losing life. Now you start, like I said, in the green phase. That's the beginning of the game, and all your hazard values are fairly cheap. But as the hazard deck empties, when it empties, you go from the green phase now to the yellow phase, and now when you flip hazards, you have to whichever one you choose, you have to now beat the yellow hazard value. Once again, once you've gone through the entire hazard deck, you now leave the yellow phase, and now you're on to the red phase. And now you have to pay the red hazard value, which is the most expensive. If you've made it through the green, yellow, and red phase, then you take on the pirates. You take them on one at a time. I haven't even made it that far. I keep dying. So, but yeah, you fight the pirates one at a time, and some of the pirates have special abilities. If you defeat both pirates, Robinson Crusoe makes it off the island successfully, and you win the game. If you die in any of the phases, if you run out of life points, you die. If you run out of agent cards and need to take one, you die and lose the game. So, get good, scrub. What's your favorite thing about it? I'm a sucker for theme. In this game, you kind of have to be bad before you get good. I thought that was very thematic. I mean, you're probably going to lose some hazards and pay some life, but in doing so, you can get rid of bad cards, thin out your deck, and keep the good ones in the deck. Carrying on with that theme and design, I like how the hazards that you overcome become skills. It feels like Robinson is growing. Realization, vision, if you pass wild animals, you get strategy. you know. And I thought it was cool that he gains these skills as he overcomes these challenges. What's my least favorite thing? At first, I wasn't a big fan of the art. I felt like it was a little cartoony for my taste. However, after playing the game and getting the vibe of the game, the art is growing on me. I'll be honest. The other opportunity I noticed in the game was the size of the cards. I know with the hazards doubling as fight cards, they need to be bigger. That said, the cards being bigger makes it a little tricky to find sleeves for them because I love sleeving my games. I'm sure they're out there, but I'm gonna have to, because they're not the standard size. See how they're a little bigger. Because they're not the standard size, I'm gonna have to order special sleeves for them, which just is gonna require a little bit of extra footwork. How replayable is it, and is there expandable content or good value for the money? The game is highly replayable. I've played several times now, haven't beaten it. In fact, I've died. Maybe once I beat it, maybe after I beat it, the replayability may go down. That said, the rule book does have ways to make the game harder. It also has a scoring system, and you can write down your scores and try to beat your last score. I'm dying on easy mode, so I'm good with making the game not harder right now. As far as expansions, as far as I know, it is only the core box. There is no expansions to Friday yet. But that said, I think it's a great game and great value for the price. There's a lot of game right here. Who is this for? This game is for the solo player. There isn't a competitive option. There isn't a co-op option. This is a solo game. So it's for the solo player or the player that wants to try solo games without a big investment. There is a lot of entertainment in this little box for under 20 bucks. In my opinion, this is a great solo small box game that you can throw in your backpack and play pretty much anywhere. I played on my lunch break at work. So thanks for hanging out and watching 10 and 10. If this helped you get to know the game, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Until next time, enjoy games, grow daily, trust Jesus. Peace! Let me try to turn this thing off. I'm always bad at this part.